Hello friends, we all need to work day and night to secure the environment of our organization, and while doing so we need to implement and manage some of the security controls. And the 21st topic of CISSP CBK wants us to know and understand how to select these controls based upon the system security requirement. So the last two words are main words in this whole sentence. These are security requirements, means we must understand the source of these security requirements, then only we can select the controls. So there are 4 steps to select the security controls. These 4 steps are: first step is to analyze any regulatory compliance requirement for that particular asset or environment which we want to secure. The regulations can come from the SOX, FISMA, GDPR, PDPA, PCI DSS, HIPAA, etc. So these regulation depends on the nature of the business our organization is doing and also the location of the work. And the second step is to do a threat modeling. This will help us to understand the whole threat landscape in a better way. And the third step is to do a risk assessment. So in our statement, we can say to determine any appropriate security control, we must analyze the threat, risk, and also we need to know the affected stakeholders with proper focus on the law and regulations. Once we are ready with our analysis, then we need to select our information security framework from which we can select the security controls. Some of the security frameworks are ISO 27001, NIST, CSF, COBIT, etc. So now you must be thinking why to use this security framework. The reason for the same is security frameworks provide the full spectrum of controls, and also they help us to measure our processes, whether they are defined, repeatable, and consistent, which we also know by the name of security maturity level of our organization. Also, you must understand that these security frameworks, they are not mandatory. You can select the control or control objective from them. And also they are not mutually exclusive of each other. Means in these security framework, most of the controls and control objectives are overlapped. So you can use some document which can provide proper mapping of these controls. You can use the cloud control metrics provided by the Cloud Security Alliance. Also, these security frameworks, they are not exhaustive, means they do not cover all the security concerns. So that's why you need to refer multiple security frameworks to create your own standard. And then finally, these security controls, they are not same as the standard or the control list. There's a difference between a control list, a standard, and a security framework. So once you have selected your framework, you need to review all the controls of that particular framework to determine which are the appropriate controls to address the risk you have identified. And in this task, the threat modeling and the risk assessment which you have done, they will provide the information depending on which you can say, okay, these are the controls which are the most important and need to be implemented with high priority. Then the other controls that address the vulnerability with a low likelihood and impact. But keep in your mind that our objective is to reduce all the risk to a level below our organization risk threshold. This means some controls will have to be thoroughly and completely implemented while others may not be needed at all. And in the last, I just want to say that implementing a defined, repeatable, and industry acceptable approach for control selection is a way by which our organization can demonstrate due care and due diligence in security decision making. With these words, I just want to say thank you for watching and keep watching for more CISSP video topics.